latest in tech and accessibility. This is Access Tech Live with Stephen Scott and Marc Aflalo.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now, Steve Ewell is the Executive Director of the Consumer Technology Association Foundation, a foundation whose mission is to link seniors and people with disabilities with technology and enhance our lives. Steve, welcome to Access Tech Live. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here and excited to preview some great stuff we have coming up at CES.
Oh, I can't wait to dive in. Listen, we're here this week looking back at the biggest tech in 2023. We wanted to get your perspective on this as well, not just looking forward, but, you know, this time of year we always look back. When it comes to accessibility, of course, this is one of your foundation's missions. It's the key mission, arguably. So what was the biggest, in your eyes, from the past year? What was the biggest announcement?
Yeah, so that's... you know, obviously a hard thing to pick just one technology, certainly, but I think certainly this was the year of AI. We saw AI really being covered across the entire technology world this year, and both from a kind of machine learning aspect. So as we think about, you know, smart home products and other solutions that can continue to learn and adapt to, you know, our preferences in our environment, we're seeing products get better and better in that space. But then as you look at some of the generative AI solutions that have come out in the last year, and the opportunities that could have, also, you know, both at home, but also at work, like helping people. I know I've played around with them. They help quite a bit with, you know, generating something that you can send out or things along those lines. So certainly AI is one of the biggest aspects for me when I look at accessible technology over the last year.
Steve, you know, number one, if I was a betting man, I would win $100 from, you know, guessing that answer. I think everybody would probably have figured out that AI is the biggest over the past year. Thinking about it in the larger perspective of things, especially when it comes to accessibility, is there anything that was announced or any kind of way that AI was used that got your brain thinking a little bit differently and opened up and like, oh, wait a second, I never thought it could do that?
Yeah, so I think it's interesting when we're looking at it. You know, digital health is a big aspect that we're looking at. You know, what ways can technology help people live healthy? And we're starting to see more and more solutions integrate AI into their solution. In fact, we're going to do a health tech pitch coming up, and I know we'll get a chance to dive into that. But we're seeing people integrate the AI to help those solutions better adapt to what are your needs versus, you know, Stephen's needs versus my needs, and really be able to customize those solutions. And, you know, it seems like a simple answer, but it really has a massive impact when you think about, you know, what you need to, you know, basically these AIs can know everything that you need to know. They're able to be up on the latest journals and other things along those lines and integrate that in their recommendations for people.
Yeah, it's interesting because, of course, we were just talking to Kelly McDonald about that very thing, how AI can work independently for each person. And that is, of course, something that can work across health as well. Now, you also mentioned your pitch contest, which is a big highlight every year and really gives an opportunity to discover new companies. Now, last year we saw winners like Good Maps and Xanda. Do you follow these companies after they win? And what are they doing now that you're aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. So I try to keep up with all these companies. I just am so thrilled to see products from, you know, across the world that come to CES. And last year's pitch really was, you know, kind of the theme that we were all dealing with is getting back out into the world at that point in January 2023. So yeah, our winner was Good Maps. They're actually going to be back at CES this year, but they're continuing to build out their navigation solution for blind and low vision. But honestly, their solution can help a lot of people navigate indoors. So we're excited to see them. Roboca Vision, which was our runner-up at the contest last year, has an app that can help basically adjust, different coloring, different. It can read things, so helps the blind, low vision community. Especially because I know Rebecca, the founder of Reboca, has albinism, and typical glasses and other things along those lines actually don't correct for her vision loss. So she was looking for a solution that could address some of her individual needs. She's going to be back at CES this year and showcasing her app, and has gone on to do a number of accelerator programs, and I feel like continues to get more and more attention throughout throughout the year. And then the last one you mentioned was Xander, and they'll be actually exhibiting with AARP at CES. They were our audience choice at the pitch contest, and they've got these really incredible smart glasses that do captioning. So if you're someone who has hearing loss, being able to, as we're talking, just have right in front of my eye the opportunity to see what you all are saying, that can help with comprehension. So we're seeing them continue to build and grow as well. So yes, we absolutely stay in touch with the companies that win our pitch competitions. But honestly, I like to stay in touch with all of the companies that participate, because I don't know, I'm a little bit of a geek. I love all these types of technologies, and I want to hear. It's hard being a startup founder, so I want to hear their great successes as well as their challenges, and if there's ways we can be helpful to them.
Steve, it's the calm before the storm for you. I know we're 3 weeks away, actually less than 3 weeks away from CES 2024. We'll of course be there, and we'll be talking to some great company that you've had the privilege of connecting us with. What excites you personally about this CES in particular?
So this CES is really looking incredible. So we'll have about 130,000 attendees from all over the world. About a third of those attendees will be from outside the U.S. We have over 1,000. I think we're closing in on over 1,100 startups from all over the world, as well as kind of the big global brands that you're used to seeing at CES. So I'm really excited to just kind of really be back and engaged at the show. We have some great programming that we're putting together, certainly the pitch that we'll dive into in a little bit more detail, but things like we run this contest every year for startup companies that can address the needs of either older adults or people with disabilities. We have 5 companies that we're going to be showcasing on the floor right in the front of Eureka Park that have really incredible everything from an over-the-counter hearing aid to a social robot to a basically haptic tablet that can help blind and low vision people follow sports and be able to feel where on the pitch or on the field the ball is and the different players are. So all of these are really incredible examples. And honestly, what I'm most excited about is people are talking about the ways technology can improve the lives of older adults and people with disabilities. We've seen that topic grow over the last decade, I'd say. And this year is going to be an incredible year for it.
Accessibility comes up, and you guys are of course at the heart of all of that. But what's really interesting for me as a consumer and someone who is in this space watching and reporting on this, how much more we talk about accessibility. Is that because there are more companies devoting their time to accessibility, or is it that companies are actually realizing that their products can benefit people in that accessibility space? Companies that we might never think of, like Amazon, for example. Most people probably don't even think about Amazon as a company that creates products that are accessible, but their products are accessible. Do you think people are coming to a realization about it?
I think so. I think it's been a major push to create that awareness, and really awareness across the spectrum. So both that consumers can understand what accessibility is out there and can be helpful for themselves, but also the companies understanding that, yes, there's absolutely, as much as I'd like to say, I'm a charitable foundation, so I'm saying, do the right thing, do the good thing, and there are companies that absolutely do it for that reason, but there's also a real business opportunity for them. There's customers that are looking for devices that can solve their needs, and whether you're talking the aging population or the disability population, between those two groups, they're massively growing in a lot of pieces of the world. So this is an opportunity for those companies to address those needs. And certainly, I won't claim credit for changing the entire conversation there, but there's part of the reason we do a lot of work around accessibility at things like CES, because you have the developers from various products, the engineers from various products from all over the world there, and it's our opportunity to help put that message right in front of them, so when they go back and start developing the next round of products, hopefully they're considering accessibility.
Steve, what's coming up at this year's pitch competition?
So this year's pitch competition is focused on health tech. So we've got 8 companies. We have dozens and dozens of entries from all over Eureka Park, which is the startup area of CES, enter this year. So everything from a wearable headband that can do kind of brain computer interfaces to an AI solution that can help with creating care solutions in the healthcare environment, to a translator and captioning solution designed for the medical community for deaf and hard of hearing attendees. We're going to have 8 really incredible companies that are going to be pitching. We've got a gentleman named Paul Amadeus Lane, who is an accessibility consultant, who is going to be our MC of the event. We've got 3 great judges that come from the healthcare space that are going to be evaluating and asking questions of the pitching companies. We actually have a 4th additional judge. We partnered with an organization called the Patient Safety Technology Challenge, and they're bringing a 4th judge, and he's going to be looking specifically at where there's opportunities for these health tech companies to address patient safety needs. And they'll be offering up an additional award. So we'll basically have our grand prize chosen by the judges. We have our audience choice. So for any of your audience that are going to be at CES, I encourage them to come out to the pitch, because they'll get to choose one of the winners as well. And then we'll have the patient safety winner as well. So it'll be a great chance for us to recognize a variety of different companies at the show.
Steve Ewell, it has been wonderful talking to you. I cannot imagine how much work you have on over the next few weeks, but I wish you all the best with CES in 2024, and we can't wait to catch up with you and your colleagues as well in Las Vegas. Happy New Year to you, Steve, when it comes, and thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and I really look forward to seeing you at CES, and thank you for all the coverage that you're doing of these important issues, and I look forward to celebrating with you in the new year.
As do we. Steve Ewell, the executive director of the CTA Foundation. When we return, the answers to our question of the day: what tech or tech trends are you looking forward to most in 2024? Well, we'll find out in a couple seconds here on Access Tech Live.
We want to hear from you. Follow us on social media and get involved at Access Tech Live. We'll be right back.